How to replace the water pump on a Johnson Evinrude 85 to 300 horsepower outboard. Trim the unit up so you can flip the support bracket. When the unit is back down, remove the cowling and shift into reverse. Remove the bolt that holds the shift shaft in place. Bring the unit back up and remove the trim tab. It's important here to note the alignment of the trim tab, as reinstalling in a different position will cause steering problems. When removing the mounting bolts, be careful if you have a stainless propeller. The blades are very sharp. Support the lower end as you remove the last bolt to prevent the lower end from sliding out on its own. Once you've removed the last bolt, wiggle the unit until it comes out. Remove the mounting bolts for the water pump. Clean the drive shaft and wipe the excess grease off the splines. Remove the pump housing by pulling straight up. Inspect the stainless pump housing for grooves or other signs of wear. If you see grooves like these, it needs to be replaced. Pry up on the impeller and remove it. Age causes the impeller blade to curve. An impeller with a curved blade will cause the engine to overheat and needs to be replaced. Here we see the difference between the old impeller and the new impeller. Make sure you get the key, remove the O-ring, remove the stainless wear plate. Grooves in the stainless steel will allow it to suck air and cause the motor to overheat. If it's grooved, it needs to be replaced. Use a gasket scraper to remove the old gasket. Be careful not to damage the aluminum mating surface. Damage to this surface will allow water to get between the gasket and the housing. The pump will not work correctly, and it will cause the engine to overheat. Wipe the aluminum mating surface with a solvent to remove the excess glue. Clean the drive shaft. Make sure this area is not scratched or damaged. If you feel any burrs, polish with an emery cloth. Apply a thin film of gasket sealing compound to the aluminum mating surface and to both the front and back of the gasket. Install the gasket and put gasket sealing compound around the edges of the stainless wear plate. Install the wear plate. To begin assembling the water pump, put the tapered rubber seal into the composite housing. This is where the water tube connects. This needs to be facing up. Install the cover. Coat the threads of all the bolts in this project with gasket sealing compound to prevent corrosion. To install the stainless cup, coat the inside of the composite housing with glue. Refer to the manufacturer's service manual to determine the appropriate type of glue. Align the tab on the stainless cup with the tab on the composite housing. Push the stainless cup firmly into place. Glue the large O-ring into place with the same glue that you used for the housing. Apply the glue, wait 5 minutes, and install the large O-ring into the groove. Install the smaller O-ring. It will be a tight fit. Coat the O-ring with liquid dish soap to make it easier to install onto the drive shaft. Coat the wear plate and the inside of the stainless cup with liquid dish soap. This provides lubrication so the impeller doesn't run dry when it starts for the first time. The dish soap will wash away clean and will not harm the engine. While working with the dish soap, look up into the exhaust housing and locate the water tube. Clean this off with a towel and coat it in liquid dish soap. Put a small amount of glue on the impeller key to hold it in place. The key slot in the impeller fits one direction only. Make sure the impeller is installed the right way up or it won't fit over the key. Rotate the impeller back and forth until you get the key locked in. Once you do, just push the impeller down. Align the pump housing with the water tube between the drive shaft and the propeller. Turn the drive shaft clockwise as you're pushing down on the housing. Start the pump housing screw with your fingers to prevent cross-threading. Snug them down in a crisscross pattern, occasionally turning the drive shaft. Torque these bolts down to the manufacturer's specifications. Replace the shift shaft seal with the new one from the kit. Coat the sides of the splines in spline grease. Do not put spline grease on the flat top surface as it will cause a hydraulic lock when reinstalling the lower unit. Make sure your shifter is still in reverse. Align your drive shaft with the hole going up into the engine and slide on the lower unit. Rock it back and forth and rotate the propeller to get the splines and the motor lined up. When it's installed far enough, put a bolt in to help hold it in place. Attach all of the mounting bolts before you tighten them. Once they're all attached, torque them down to the manufacturer's specifications. Reinstall the trim tab. Make sure it's aligned the same as it was when it was removed. Install the bolt back into the shift using a long screwdriver. Install the bolt while simultaneously aligning the shift rod. Reinstall the cowling. Use a flush muff to attach a running hose to the unit and cover the water intake. Water should be coming out of the propeller, the exhaust, and the sight tube. This completes the replacement of the water pump on an Evinrude 200.